Welcome back to my channel. Prince Andrew was left bereft and tearful when Charles informed him he would by no means return to royal duties. Further, please take a second to hit the subscribe button and turn on notification bell for more updates and watch this video till the end. Duke's meeting with older brother was emotional and fraught, with those close to him turning into concern for his well-being. The Duke of York believes he ought to still be of value as a working member of the royal family, source claimed. Despite his affiliation with convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, he has lobbied to resume his former roles. His hopes have been dashed in a meeting at Charles's Markle property in Scotland, days earlier than the Queen's death. No one else used to be current for the non-public early morning discussions, described as emotional and fraught. Prince Andrew used to be left bereft and tearful when Charles, as Prince of Wales, informed him he would in no way return to royal duties, the Mail on Sunday can reveal. The Duke of York's hopes of returning to public existence have been dashed at a one-on-one assembly with his older brother that an insider has described as emotional and fraught. And the devastating selection has left these round the Duke involved for his well-being, a supply advised this newspaper. Andrew is stated to have been blindsided via the consequence of the personal meeting held at Charles's Markle property in Scotland, simply days earlier than the Queen's death. He believes he ought to still be of value as a working member of the royal family, regardless of his affiliation with convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, and has lobbied strenuously to resume his former roles. But the Mail on Sunday knows these hopes have been quashed in the early morning meeting, attended solely through the two brothers. Andrew was once definitely blindsided, the insider said. He is fully bereft. He constantly believed there used to be a way back. There will be similarly proof of Andrew's isolation subsequent Sunday, when he will be absent from the Remembrance Day carrier at the cenotaph, as, stripped of his professional duties, he no longer has a function to play. His popularity has additionally been diminished following the loss of life of the Queen, which robbed Andrew no longer solely of his mom, however, his chief supporter. Andrew was once extraordinarily shut to the Queen and tried to increase the trouble of his return to public lifestyles, many instances with her, stated the source. On some activities she would say mildly conciliatory matters, however, most of the time she would exchange the concern without delay to keep away from speaking about it. It is understood that most senior figures in the royal family had notion the relay settled that there used to be no way back. Yet this had no longer been Andrew's understanding. Naive as it may also sound, he usually had hopes of regaining his role as a senior royal, persevered the source. At the meeting, Charles informed him that he can go off and have a right life, a fine life, however, that his public lifestyles as a royal is at an end. He was once told, "You have to receive this." Andrew, 62, used to be stripped of his army affiliations and royal patronages in January after he misplaced his bid to quash a civil lawsuit in America, added by way of Epstein's former sex slave Virginia Giuffre, who claimed she had been compelled to have intercourse with the Duke. The Duke vehemently denied her claims, but, at the time, Buckingham Palace had stated that the choice to strip Andrew of his titles used to be made by means of the late Queen. He additionally misplaced his proper to be addressed as His Royal Highnesses in an unprofessional capacity. The Duke settled the civil case in February for a suggested £12 million besides accepting liability, and had believed this would enable him to return to royal duties. He continues to strenuously deny any wrongdoing. Until the face-to-face assembly with his brother, Andrew believed that there used to be a way returned, that come what may he ought to be rehabilitated and play a function in the firm going forward, the supply said. He got here out of the assembly shaken. He is nevertheless in shock. He is absolutely misplaced and very depressed. It is understood that Prince Andrew was once later decreased to tears once more when, in a separate conversation, he was once knowledgeable he would be barred from carrying a Navy uniform at his mother's funeral. Please inform us in the comments. Please do no longer forget about to subscribe and flip on the notification bell to see our day updates. Thanks for